All right, Billy Donovan is headed to the 2025 Hall of Fame. We're also going to be talking about why the Chicago Bulls might have found their next superstar with Matas Buzelis. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and you have found yourself on another episode of Bulls Digest. And so today, we are talking about Billy Donovan heading to the 2025 Hall of Fame. And we're also going to be talking about Matas Buzelis, why we should be excited for the future here with Matas Buzelis moving forward, because he has just been phenomenal with his play. And so before we go ahead and jump into the content for today, first, want to remind you that 73.4% of you that watch are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure that you go ahead and you slam dunk on that subscribe button, as it means a lot to us here at Bulls Digest as we try to reach our end of the season subscriber goal. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the content for today. And let's start with Billy Donovan. And so look, I think that Billy Donovan has done his best job as a coach with the Chicago Bulls this season. I think that this has been his best season with the Chicago Bulls. I think that the adjustments that he has had to make with Zach LaVine being moved, and then also to the situation around Vooch, and then working these younger players into the lineup, and then getting them into the play-in situation, and really getting Matas Buzelis on the floor right now where it counts. Like, I think that he's done a great job this season. And I want to go ahead and give him his credit, because heading to the Hall of Fame, that is a huge honor. And so if you do not know, he is headed to the 2025 Hall of Fame here. And it looks like that he is going to be joining Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Sylvia Flowers, Mickey Arison, and then also to Danny Crawford. Those are going to be the players, the coach, and Billy Donovan, and then also to the NBA referee that is headed over to the Basketball Hall of Fame. And so congratulations there to Billy Donovan. His record with us, or not with us, in 10 seasons actually as a head coach in the NBA, it's been 436 wins, and he's had 361 losses. And he's had back-to-back national championships with the Florida Gators. And so I do remember those teams. Remember, he did coach Joakim Noah there as well. And so, look, got to give Billy Donovan a ton of credit. And like I said before, I think that this has been his best just season with the Chicago Bulls. Has it been perfect? Absolutely not. Are there still some rotations and some players that we want to see out there? I think so, but I think that the way that he's handled it, the way that he's led, I've loved it. And you just got to give him credit too as well, because look, Billy Donovan does not have a hand in who gets drafted. Like, he's just only out there to coach up the team as best as he can. And I think he's doing the best job that he possibly can do. And so he's doing a great job this season. And so next, I want to talk about Matas Buzelis, and I want to talk about why we should be just absolutely excited for Matas Buzelis. And so look, Matas Buzelis last night gets his first NBA career double-double. And look, man, what I love about this is that Matas Buzelis, man, he just goes out, and this is a guy that you could just tell from day one he's going to figure it out. I love his mentality. I love his approach. And I just think that he's wanted to come out and just be the best since day one. And I think that, man, it is going to go a long way. And you just see the physical skills that he has and just the growth that we've seen this season. And so let's start with the defensive end. And so I continue to talk about that. We're going to talk about the offense, but his defensive growth, I know it's not perfect. Yes, he still misses rotations. Yes, he has to get stronger. But there is so much that he has shown, and the willingness to play defense. Like, I just think that he is going to be such an impact player for us as he continues to grow. Like, I cannot wait until we get to season 2, because his ability just to really erase shots and mistakes, I think that that has been a huge plus. And then when we saw that he got the 4 steals, which I believe was an NBA career high for him, so his ability to get his hands on the basketball and generate those turnovers, like, I think that that's something that's going to be better for him. And I've already said this before, that as he gets stronger, I think that he's going to be able to really dictate what the offense is trying to do. They're not going to be able to necessarily just get to the spots. And I also think that as he gets stronger, he's going to be able to really get over top of those pick and rolls even better as well. And so that's going to make him a tough cover, because just you cannot get to your spots with the physicality that he's going to bring. And then also, too, he's going to take away a lot of your airspace, just as far as getting the offense generated, because he's going to be able to get over those screens and things like that. And you know that he's already showing with his shot blocking ability that, look, if we miss an assignment, if somebody gets beat or something like that, he can recover. And he can also recover on his own man. So even if you do get the step on him, his athleticism and his ability to erase mistakes, like, I think that is going to be stellar. And that's why you have got to be excited about what he's going to do on that end. And then offensively, look, Matas Buzelis, one of the things that was talked about coming in was, well, could he shoot the three-point shot? And I think that he's definitely showing that. Right now, currently, look, he's shooting at a 34%. And I mean, I know it's not great, but still it's trending towards just going up and up. I think that when you look at his shooting form, it's something that you have to say it's not broke. It looks good. He's certainly putting in the work with, Coach Patton. And then he's not just standing around shooting the three-point shot. He's also showing us the ability to put the basketball on the deck and go to the rim. And so his willingness to drive and then also to take big shots in games, like, I think that is a huge plus and one of the reasons why you have to be excited. Look, in 15 games last month, he had double figures in all but 4 games. And so he's showing us that he can certainly be a scorer. And even when he's not getting double figures, he's still doing a lot of other things on the court to be an impact. And so that is huge in itself. He's averaging 8.2 points a game, 3.4 rebounds a game, shooting 44.5% from the field and 34.8 from the three-point line, with 83% from the free throw line. And so that is good to see too as well, that if you foul him, he's going to make you pay. And so look, Matas Buzelis, this guy, he is a star in the making, I think. And I love the fact that we're seeing these type of flashes. And I think that you have to be excited as a Chicago Bulls fan, because you're thinking when he gets strong, and then also, too, he gets better, I think, naturally over the summer. What is going to happen when he gets featured more in the offense? Because right now, I think that Matas Buzelis is just going out there on a night-to-night basis, and he's really just figuring it out. And, between Kobe White and Josh Giddey, look, they've got the basketball in their hands a lot. A lot of the offense is dictated through them. But I think that Matas Buzelis is going to start to have a share in that as well. And so I think that you're going to start to see, just from a scheme standpoint, I could see that Billy Donovan is going to start to draw up some things for Matas Buzelis. And I think that we're going to see him take even another step forward as a player. And so I've said it before, I'll say it again, Matas Buzelis is going to be a player that is going to be responsible for the Chicago Bulls winning a lot of games. I think he's going to be responsible really for a major turnaround, with this franchise. I'm going to say that because I think that he has the ability to really maybe bring back what we've lost with a player like Joakim Noah, with that identity standpoint. Like, I think he definitely brings that type of edge, and he's also just so impactful. He's showing he can be so impactful on both ends of the floor, and the fact that he is getting a lot of credit from players like Kevin Durant, you have Paul George singing his praise as well. Like, these are guys that have achieved a lot in this league, and there's lots of other players that have raved about Matas Buzelis, including just some of the people that were talking about him that have called his games, talking about just how good Matas Buzelis has looked and how good he's progressed. And so, look, we have a star here. I'm just hoping that he turns into a franchise player. I would love to see him turn into that. And I really get some optimism moving forward with the Chicago Bulls. And I think as a fan, just saying that, look, even if we don't get like a top 5-10 pick, there is still, I think, players that can be had in this upcoming draft that maybe can have the same type of impact as Matas Buzelis if you're picking later in the first round. I think that this is certainly a success story, and I think it's something that you feel optimistic about as long as the Chicago Bulls have done their homework going into this upcoming draft. And so anyway, let me know in your comments here what you're thinking. Do you feel like that, yes, Matas Buzelis is absolutely a superstar in the making for the Chicago Bulls? And then also let me know what you're thinking here with Billy Donovan. Are you excited for the fact that he is headed to the Hall of Fame here? And so anyway, as we always say out here, go Bulls, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, peace.